So we moved to Dallas. She was still working for the same hospital, um, and she loved her job, and I loved that for her. That was awesome because I knew that that was something she had actually enjoyed a lot. Um, when we were in Dallas, things took a weird twist because we had finally found a good counselor that wasn't just like, yeah, maybe y'all shouldn't be married. It was more like, okay, so where do you want to fix? Like, what do you need to fix in your relationship? And listened. She actually legitimately listened. Katie was an amazing counselor. Kaylee did not like that Katie was a good counselor because Katie would point out how Kaylee was not doing poly correctly because that's what Katie's speciality was polyamory, LGBT, and marital. That was her top three. That was what I had chosen her for because she covered all of the subjects. She wasn't like, oh, well, you've got to go pray to God. You're a bad parent because you asked your kid what they wanted to do. So uh, we move forward, and while we're in Dallas, Kaylee has decided that she's going to ramp it up. She wants to experiment more with exterior relationships. And so she cheated, and she would take people to like my favorite bookstore. Um, Kaylee was never a very romantic person. Um, I was the romantic. Kaylee would like okay, for example, Kaylee had a bad day at work one day and she texted me about it saying that somebody had misgendered her and they were being really rude and they had dead named her. Um and I felt really bad for her. I knew like that hurt. So I went and bought a cheap bouquet of flowers because I wasn't allowed to spend money. It's still the rule. All the problems are about money. So I bought the cheapest bouquet of flowers I could find that were very LGBT, like very rainbow, very fun, very cute. I bought sandwich stuff and made bento boxes for her and me. And I took them and I put them in a picnic basket that I had picked up ages ago, so that we could do picnics at the zoo as a family thing. And it came with a blanket, a picnic blanket. And so, um, yeah, and I put it all in the car. And then when she came out of work, I met her and gave her the flowers. I said, "Okay, you're gonna have to just trust me. Get in the car. We're gonna drive to this specific location, and I want you to just go along with it and trust me." And she was like, "Okay." And so I surprised her with a picnic. And she was like, "This is so romantic." And she took pictures of it and posted them on Instagram. And I don't know. I just feel very raw about things like that because then she would reuse them for other dates and other relationships. Um, our favorite band, or our favorite shared band, was Five Finger Death Punch. I really like their music. It's just comfortable music to me. I'm a weirdo, I know. Um, one of the lines in one of the songs is where he's singing about how he has his friend's six. And Kaylee would always say to me, you know, I have your six. And it means more to me than I think she thought. Um, to have someone in my corner, to have someone on my team, and have someone um, to call my human. Someone that knew me as close as she did, and to not judge me in being the weirdo that I am. Because I've always felt like an alien in life. Like, other people don't walk around like I walk around. Other people don't see the world like I do. Um, Other people don't have this sense of humor that I have. Other people don't, they just don't understand how my brain works and how I logic things to be a specific way. Um, and I guess I took that for granted because it felt normal. She made me feel normal. She made me feel seen and heard and just accepted for being normal, who I was, and didn't make me feel like crap. Um, so yeah, that was something. And I felt like I was losing that person that said that they would love me, swore they loved me. She lied. She lied. She didn't love me. Maybe at some point in our lives she did. Um, like maybe the beginning or the middle. I don't know when she stopped loving me. But see, I have a problem with that. I'm a firm believer that you don't stop loving someone because love is not a thing you can control. Love is not a thing you can turn off. Love is infinite. That's why I think poly works for me in that sense. Like, I believe wholeheartedly, 100%, that you can love a billion people. Could you spend time, like, well earned time and well spent time with a million people? No, but like, there's only 24 hours in the day, there's only 7 days in a week, and there's only 365, sometimes 6 days a year. And so you only have a limited amount of time in your life to spend with a limited amount of people. It's just life. That's how it is. You can't do, you know, I mean, I guess you could do like a million fucking dates in your life. If you're, I mean, if that's your style, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, that's not me. That's not how I work. Um, but for her to say, I just fell out of love with you, felt really betrayed. Like, the betrayal was very thick with that emotion, with that statement. Um, the reason I bring up the I got your six is she said that to one of her lovers. And that was kind of a deal breaker for me. It hurt so much. That's when I saw the betrayal and stopped ignoring it. Um, I never wanted to be intimate sexually with Dusty, ever. He was my friend, and I loved him. I felt like sex would change our relationship, and it did. To the point to where he felt entitled to have access to me. And I allowed that because I did not have boundaries. I'll go into that in the next video.